I'm Christian Menefee, and we're in first place for Congress. Look, my team knows that I typically don't prepare remarks, so I didn't today either, but I have some thank yous, and it's so important in this long, long journey that we've been on that I thank each and every person who's been a part of this journey. Those of y'all who know me know that I am a 4 a.m. in my Bible praying man, so I want to start off thanking God because there have been so many nights, morning prayers on my knees to get us here today. I want to thank Afni and Aaron for hosting us tonight at the spot, black-owned business in the district. To my family, my intelligent, capable, beautiful Barack and Michelle Obama wife, Caitlin. Y'all just make sure she don't run in the primary because I'm gonna be in some real trouble. And Malcolm and Gabriel, who have just held this down throughout the entire process. To my loving parents who have accepted every single call, whether it be at 6 a.m. or at 1 a.m., to talk to me, to encourage me, it's meant the absolute world to me. To Caitlin's parents, to Sean, Rose, Patrick, Elena, Jiro, Rachel, Asia, Yasser, my entire family, love y'all. To all my cousins, my aunties and uncles, my uncle is here today, and for those of y'all who don't know, he's from Fifth Ward, Texas, and he walked over there, he said, "Excuse me, Unc." He said, "Oh, you nephew, you ain't Unc." To my fantastic team, Jamie, Delilah, Otis, Roxanne, Kira, Tatiana, Stefan, y'all have kicked tail in this campaign. To my best friend, to one of the Swiss Army knives of this campaign, Bruce Turner, I love you, thank you. Our consultant team, Bayou City Strategies, Lake Research Partners, Vote Shift, Residence Campaigns, North Star Digital, Adwell. Thank y'all for the amazing work that you've done. I can't tell y'all how many times I went to a poll and somebody was like, "Oh, we seen you working out," or "He gonna take Trump to school." Y'all did y'all thing. Thank you very, very much. To the Legacy Sheila Jackson Lee team. Those of you who know anything about the 18th Congressional District know that it is a seat of icons, of Barbara Jordan, of Mickey Leland, Craig Washington, Sheila Jackson Lee, Sylvester Turner, and Erica Lee Carter. And these folks came and embraced me and imparted me so much knowledge about the district and about how best to serve people. So to our former Congresswoman, Erica Lee Carter, to Gerald Womack, to Danielle and Stacy, Julian, Linda Brown, all y'all, thank you. To my trio of legal minds, John, Jay, and Neil, who have been holding me down throughout this whole process, thank you. The Finance Committee, Katie McNerney and Gerald and the Finance Committee, thank you. To the canvassing teams and neighborhood captains, so Deidre, Vilma, Evelyn, every single one of y'all who was out there knocking doors, making sure that folks knew about the message. To two of our fantastic former candidates in the room right now who were unselfish enough to care enough about this district to suspend their campaigns and to endorse my campaign, Carisha Rogers and Ebony Rain Eatman, wave. Y'all take a look because they will have a bright future in public service. To the interns and organizers who have worked hour after hour after hour throughout this entire campaign, thank you. And to the volunteers, to every single person who knocked doors, who gave $1, who hosted a fundraiser, who made calls, who made text messages, thank you. To the many organizations who supported us, from the Congressional Progressive Caucus to Leaders We Deserve, to local organizations like the Caucus, HBAD, and many, many others. To my labor family, especially the Teamsters and TWU and all those folks who are here today. And then, of course, to the elected officials who show so much love. To, God willing, my future colleagues, Greg Kassar, Lizzie Fletcher, former Congresswoman Erica Lee Carter, and, of course, Jasmine Crockett, who have shown so much love to us. To the many, many other elected officials in Harris County and Houston who had my back and who were there with me. And then lastly, to my brothers in this political thing who I met in like 2016, we sat and said, you know what, we're gonna do everything we can to serve our communities, and things have gone pretty well since. Otis Evergaro and Chris Hollins, I love y'all. Look, y'all, this has been a journey. I was sitting back thinking about how I got elected to office just 4.5 years ago. to a position that nobody ever heard of, the county attorney's office. But I did something that folks typically don't do in politics. I shut the hell up, I put my head down, and I got to work on behalf of our communities. We went out and filed the lawsuits against companies trying to expand landfills more deeply in the neighborhoods, and we did it without the cameras, without the glitz and glam. We did it because it was about the work. We went after folks who were using deed fraud to steal homes out from elderly black and brown people who had worked so hard to get their lifetime home. We went after them without the cameras, without the glitz and glamour, but because it was the right thing to do. There's something to be said about when you see people and what they're going through in communities, and you fight like hell for them each and every day. And here we are 4 years later, coming from an office like the county attorney's office, and in one of the most historic seats in this nation, with 16 people in the race, we are in first place. The thing that I've loved the most about this campaign is that although I see so many friends and family throughout this room, this campaign was never about any one of you. This campaign was never about Christian Menefee. This campaign was about the family out in Fifth Ward that is having trouble filling their stomachs because President Trump and Republicans have now cut SNAP. This campaign is about the family out there trying to figure out how they're going to get a family member life-saving treatment because there have been paperwork requirements added to Medicaid that now take away their health care. This campaign has been about the communities like Acres Homes, where you see little kids walking in the middle of the street to a corner store because they have no sidewalks and no grocery stores in their communities. There's something to be said about seeing people and the issues that they're facing and basing your campaign around them and not around yourself. I'm running for Congress not for Christian Menefee. I'm running for Congress because I deeply care about those communities and I want to get to work for them in Washington every single day. And my plan is to advocate for them. I want to return to the days in America where you could work 40 hours a week, get the house, the 2 cars, send your kids off to do better than you did, and retire at a reasonable age. But right now, so many people in our community are working multiple jobs. They're not making ends meet. They have no money in savings. And if something happens to their health, it could set them back decades financially. I'm running because I believe in an America that has living wage for every single person out there, so that if you're working full time, you can afford to take care of yourself and your family. I'm running because I believe in America where universities can't put you under $200,000 in student loan debt, but instead you have real pathways to good paying jobs so you can take care of you and your family. I'm running for an America that gives us universal health care because it is a right that should be guaranteed to people and not a privilege for the few. That's the America that I believe in. And across this country, you're seeing that folks believe in the same vision. I was asked earlier by a Republican at the polls, why do you talk so much about Donald Trump on your campaign? I said, hell, because when I knock on people's doors, that's what they talk about. But I want to be clear. We have to present an affirmative vision for the America that we want to see. People are suffering on a daily, and Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans are making it worse. So when I talk about going out to D.C. to hold Donald Trump accountable, it's not to make headlines, it's to protect those communities. It's to make life better for those communities. So my message to MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump in Washington, D.C., we got just one more election left, and then you're going to have to see me. We're in first place tonight, and tonight is a time for celebration. But we have another journey ahead of us. We have another race. And I think what we learned from this first round of voting is that the community is with us overwhelmingly. But I'm going to have to keep running. I am still running. I'm running in the runoff, and I am running in the 2026 primary for the 18th Congressional District. So I'm asking y'all to dig deep. I'm going to be calling you for your help, for your support, for your money, for your volunteer time. Same way I've done in the past. I see some of y'all trying to duck me. There it is, there it is. But if we want to bring lasting change to our communities, then the fight must continue. From the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for each and every one of y'all. And the promise, the commitment that I leave you with here tonight is when y'all send this campaign to Congress, when y'all send me to Congress, I will work full days, full weeks, full months, full years. I will never take this job for granted. And I will never forget that it is not about one member of Congress. It is not about trying to be famous. It is not about trying to boost yourself. It is about serving folks in the communities, from Acres Homes to Cashmere Gardens to Homestead to Humble to Third Ward to all across the 18th Congressional District. This district has my heart, and I look forward to serving you in Congress.